respectfully, what signs of progress have you seen from Caleb that maybe you saw in your experience last year
going through the offseason? His process gets better every day. It's really one day to the next. He's putting in the work. He's doing a good job. We've seen very positive results in the pre-snap stuff. He's continuing to progress post-snap, and I think he had a pretty good day today. I'm really excited about where he's going. It's still a journey. It's going to be, every single day is really important for him, but he's heading in the right direction.
The last two plays there, what do you like about his ability to get away from the blitz?
Same thing everybody likes. That's what you watched at USC, his ability to evade, the arm talent, things like that. We're in a situation there late in the game that we're simulating that he's able to evade the rush. He finds his way outside of the right and find Cole Kmet, in the back right corner. I think it shows his competitiveness. The best thing he does is, the unscripted stuff, the 2-minute stuff, where he's able to go out and really play and show the competitiveness that makes him who he is.
When he rips the fastball in the next play, what did you see?
Teaching moment. That's one of those things. He missed behind with the throw, and it's an area that we're going to watch on film. We'll get it corrected, and we won't make the same mistake twice.
On the 4th and 16, the way he kind of processed what he was seeing in the secondary.
Yeah, I think that he's doing a better job of understanding the situation, what's going on. I believe the one you're referring to, we're trying to get into range so that we have another shot at the end of the game. They're playing like sideline defense. He did a good job of hanging in on the read. He was able to throw the dagger in there behind that defender. We were able to get down and get into a position where we give ourselves a chance to win the game.
Declan, Ben mentioned the idea of reassessing the left tackle spot yesterday in the off day. We saw Azia was getting the reps with the ones today. Is that how you're going to move forward with this? Is Azia going to be getting the bulk of those reps, or how do you proceed there?
Yeah, we're rotating those guys. There's a lot of football left to be played at that position and in that battle. But that was kind of just what the plan was for today. Keep rotating them through, and we're still evaluating that spot.
What do you like about Azia and what he brings to that spot?
I think Azia, I talked about him last time I was up here, but the maturity, he feels like a veteran. He's able to correct his mistakes. He's very coachable. I know that Dan and Kyle, really like him, but we like a lot of those guys at that spot, and they're going to continue to battle.
What's the next step for Caleb?
The next step, I don't think there's one big giant step. I think it's every single day completing the process. The little details, mastering our offense, mastering what we're going to ask of him. There was a shot in the red zone today where it's a 3rd down. We're asking him to make a check off of the number 2 defender. He feels like he's got to make the check. He feels like that guy backs up, and he does a good job of getting us back into the original play and completing a ball to Rome for a 1st down. I think just those little things every day, they're glimpses of what he's capable of and what he's capable of processing.
What are you seeing in the dynamics of the quarterback room with Case and Tyson and Caleb and how they're kind of helping each other?
I think they all mesh really well together. It's a group that likes being around each other. The room itself is fun to be in. Obviously Caleb is progressing. Case provides that veteran leadership. And he's able, he's got skins on the wall. He's been in a bunch of different systems, and he feels like a coach when you're in there sitting with him. He's able to provide a lot of perspective. And then Tyson is very hungry. Football is the most important thing. I think it's a great dynamic. It's a great room. They're very open to learning and correcting their mistakes.
What's been most impressive for you about OZ to this point?
I think he's playing with speed. He's playing fast. You see it on the tape. You see it through the first 2 weeks. That's the most important thing, that he's going as fast as he can, trying to put pressure on the defense. And I've been really pleased with OZ.
You mentioned that that you like Caleb in the 2-minute at the end, and his stats last year in 2 minutes were pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about him that makes that?
That's kind of how he's played. Those are the offenses that he's played in. They're a little more open. I think he's comfortable there, and that's really where his next step as we keep progressing is the game management of some of the other stuff that he hasn't been asked to do in the past. But his competitiveness comes out in those 2-minute situations. That's where he has an edge. He's not going to allow you to sack him. He's going to evade. He's going to do things that you can't really teach at times.
What's the other stuff, when you talk about game management of the other stuff, what did he have in that? What specifically?
When you say that, what do you mean?
You said that you're going to other things he hasn't been asked to do?
Like the under center stuff, when we first came in here, playing under center and taking, everybody's talking about him having never been under there and being able to manage the kills and alert system, things like that. That stuff's new to him. Obviously they asked him to do a little bit of it last year, but we're really, continuing to put that on his plate, and I see growth in him every day.
Coach, what do you all like about Kyle Malunga that's allowed him to get a lot of second teams and even some first team reps? Usually with young backs, you might be worried about pass pro or repeating mistakes. What do you guys like about him that's gotten him the reps?
Yeah, Kyle does everything that you ask of him. He's very serious. I know EB loves coaching him. EB's hard on him, and he likes to be coached. But when you tell him something, it shows up on the tape. You don't have to tell him twice. He gets his pads down. He's physical. We've had some periods that you felt the pads pop, and he's more than willing to stick his face in there and go after it.
The way Luther has popped off kind of the last couple of days, what could that mean for this offense?
I think that what we saw in Luther's tape coming out of college is what you're seeing right now. The explosive athlete, the player, just like any of our guys. If they're going to create separation, they're going to get open, and we're able to get them the ball. We can feature them. We can find ways to really create an explosive offense, and the more weapons, the better.
We've seen some deep ball struggles, but there are moments where there are breakthroughs and it looks pretty good. But what's the big difference when the deep ball is working? Like what's the thing that's unlocking that for you guys?
I think a lot of times it's a couple things. It's the quarterback's timing. It's being able to get the ball up and down quicker so that the DB can't recognize what's going on and kind of see that. The other thing is our receivers doing a good job of holding space, allowing the quarterback really real estate to be able to complete that ball, using their body to try to stack the defender. You're always trying to put your body between the defender's hips and the ball. And so I think we're doing a better job of that, and I think we're doing a better job at quarterback getting the ball up and down.
A couple more. The process of crystallizing an offensive identity for the regular season. How do you describe kind of the timeline of August of still loading stuff up and then eventually getting to a spot where you want to narrow down what you want?
We're still in our installation phase. We have 12 installs. We're going through here. We're through 9, and so 3 more, and then we kind of take a step back. We reevaluate everything. Okay, hey, here are things that we need to add to that, and then here are things that maybe we don't see ourselves doing. That's really the timeline would be by the end of next week. We're through 12 installs. We kind of get into joint practices and figure out, all right, this is where we want to head.
Where do you see the value in those joint practices of then being able to test some things out?
Yeah, one, I think that it provides a competitive environment for our guys to go out and showcase, the growth and things like that. The other thing is you get to play a different scheme than our guys. We play against our guys all the time. We get pretty used to how they play certain things. It's a lot better for the quarterbacks, the wideouts, everybody, the O-line, picking up different pressures, things like that. The variety of those joint practices is really valuable.
Declan, do you think you'll get to a point with the left tackle competition where it'll get whittled down from 3 to 2, then you have one guy getting all the 1 reps one day, the other something that way? Do you see that?
At some point in time, yeah, we'll have to narrow it down and really focus in on, hey, here are the guys that we're going with. Right now, we're just working through the rotation. There's a lot of football left to play in the preseason, and that's where we're at.
Along those lines,
I saw during individual drills, we saw Eric Bieniemy doing this drill with them with a soccer ball where he's rolling into them and then they're shut. It looked like maybe a pass blocking type drill. What's going on there? What are you guys working on?
I haven't seen the drill that you're talking about specifically. I was spending time with the quarterbacks and the wideouts today, but I'll have to flip that one on and check that one out. I would bet he was working some kind of a pass protection drill as he's crossing.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.